bitcoinsignals.org, bitcoinsignals.org with a dash. If you want Bitcoin signals, click here or here. And if you have questions, click here. Today we're going to do Edge. This is a urgent last minute public disclosure of Edge. I'm going to show you what's happening with Edge right now. It's going to go down. I'll tell you why it's going to go down and how come it's going to go down. See this rising wedge pattern? It's a really common pattern. And this is what normally happens when the rising wedge happens. This is the base of the rising wedge, and this is how far it normally falls. So the price climbs and climbs and climbs and climbs, and then falls to right about the base level of the rising wedge. So if this holds true, this is what it's going to look like. Rising wedge all the way up here, and this is right about the base, and not surprisingly, it's literally the ascending trend line. So we're going to fall from right about 2665 down to 2100-ish. It may stop if there's some really fantastic fundamental news like, hey, Edge was afforded a casino license in Canada. Yay, it'll just skyrocket, right? But short of there being some kind of really, really amazing news, it's going to fall down to here. Why? Because people were overextending themselves, buying more and more with money they didn't have, and it ends up being a credit crisis. Just like when houses got repossessed. How do you know that? Well, look. Here, I'll zoom out. Look. This is the number of people that bought. Here, there's a ton of people that bought, right? You see this green, huge double mountain? It's a triple mountain here. And that's what drove the price up this way. And it's a slight rise. Not a big deal. There's a bunch of up. Well, there's a bunch of up here. And this mountain right here corresponds directly to this rise. Really nice rise in volume in buying power. The second one corresponds right about to here. There's buying power, but the price actually went down, interestingly enough. The next time, there's this mountain range is 1/3 the size of this mountain range, right? So you look up here, and that 1/3 actually did more than this huge mountain here. Look, 1/3 the size of this mountain range drove the price all the way up this high. That's pretty nice. And then the next one, slightly bigger mountain range, and drove it up even higher. But notice how the green buyers are getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. They're disappearing, but the price is still going up higher. What does that mean? Well, let's say you're a hot dog vendor in front of a stadium, and it's ninth inning. People are starting to leave the stadium, but you keep raising the prices of your hot dogs. What's going to happen? There's less people buying, but you keep raising the prices of your hot dog because you still haven't made up your stall rental fee. So you're eventually just going to crash and close your hot dog stand and run for your life before the stadium officials come collecting your money. So that's what's happening right now. You compare volume with price, and then you look at this pattern and say, okay, this pattern is this pattern, so this is most likely going to happen. Oh, and not only that, but look at the order book. This is the order book. There's a hell of a lot of people that want to sell and very few people that want to buy. So again, it's like a bunch of people bought your hot dogs and they want a refund on your hot dogs. So what are you going to do? You're going to run away and the price is going to plummet. So if you want these signals 24 hours a day, 5, 6, 7, 12 times a day, Bitcoin signals, bitcoin-signals.org. And if you want premium signals,